Hello followers and welcome back to my Minecraft tutorial. This is episode 45 and in today's episode we're going to be doing some branch mining. I'm going to be showing you the basics to branch mining and hopefully we can find some pretty neat resources for future projects. Mainly diamonds. We want some more diamonds. So the abandoned mine shaft is up there and my base is off that way somewhere. And I've come down here because this was a low point to level 11 and we're going to be doing some branch mining today looking for iron, coal, redstone, gold, anything of that nature. So we're going to need these in future projects, so it's a good time to show it off now. Many Let's Players typically like to branch mine to get resources quickly rather than searching through caves, particularly for stuff like diamonds. So between this and the last episode I actually went back and I grabbed my super duper pick with Fortune 3 in case we do happen to run into any diamonds while we're here so that we can get multiple drops. So if you have a Fortune 3 pick and it's either iron or diamond, bring it along. It's going to be really handy. You're only really going to need a pick and some torches for this, nothing else particularly. So to branch mine you need to make a 2x1 tunnel in one given direction. And what I like to do is put a torch at the start and then go, well actually, put a torch there. So for every 4 blocks we put a torch. Now there's an easy way of doing this. Just mine as far as you can with your pickaxe and then you can put down this. So we'll keep doing it and hopefully we run into some resources. And also, this is a great way of finding caves, if you want to find caves and ravines. Here's some iron. So, particularly ravines, mine shafts and caves can be found this way. So if you can't hear any noises, then you may want to branch mine for them. So this is a very, very basic concept. Here we have some redstone. There we are. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to make this tunnel yet, just as long as I feel it necessary to. So it's always important to keep your path well lit, so that you don't end up with monsters spawning in this tunnel, because that will be unpleasant. You don't want to run into a creeper on your way back with all your nice loot and lose it all. I'm getting hungry as well. I am running low on food. I will have to go back soon. After this episode we're going back to the base anyway, at the cottage. So I'm just going to keep on digging. And I'll probably do some more branch mining off camera, just so I get a good amount of resources before we head back. I hear water nearby, so there is a cave somewhere close by. That's good to know. We might end up bumping into it before too long. So that's also something you can do. You can dig around and look for caves this way using the branch mines and branch off. And we might do that in a minute. I just want to keep branch mining. We've got some more redstone. And now at this point I do want to use my good pick on the redstone. Oh, look at that. I've got some diamonds behind the redstone. So hopefully fortune shines on me. In this particular case, always look diagonally just in case any diamonds may have generated diagonally. I'm using fortune, and this is something which many people get confused about on ores that drop themselves as items. So that's redstone, diamonds, coal, but not iron and not gold. They drop themselves as an ore block. So as you can see, this is an ore. If I actually get my iron ore out, I can actually place it in the world. That means that it's not an item, it's a block. So fortune only works on things that drop themselves as items. Now if you have a silk touch pickaxe, I don't have one on me right now, but if you have a silk touch pickaxe then you will actually get the ore rather than the item. And we'll look at silk touch in due course, but that's just something, that's another topic that is really. So I think after this one, here's some water. So let's show off how to deal with this. So I'm going to block this off for the time being. What we need to do now is kind of get above it if we can. Oh, hello. We have a ravine above us. So that's good to know. So we now know that there is a ravine above us. I still want to keep going up, so that I can get a foothold in this ravine. And we know how to do ravines. We've done these before, all the way back in episode 30. But now that we've found this ravine, what I want to do is I want to mark it off, which I have done with the torches. But I also want to block it off from any monsters. I don't want them wandering into my branch. And we can do that just simply by blocking it in, so that when I head outside I just have to break this block. And this one, actually, I'm going to put that right there. So that now monsters cannot get in. No matter how much they want to, there is only a 1 block gap there. They cannot get in. So let's grab this redstone, and I'm going to grab all the ores on my way out. So I would recommend for branch mining, depending on where you are in the game, either stone or iron pickaxes, unenchanted, or you could put low level enchants on them like level 1 if you want to. But I would only recommend using diamond pickaxes for the actual resources rather than wasting it on stone. I know some people get to the point in a game where they feel comfortable with doing that, and if you have a lot of diamonds then perhaps that might be the way to go, but I've never been in a situation like that personally. I like to save my diamonds rather than waste them on stuff like branch mines. So I'm just going to grab this ore. And that's everything in this branch. There's a zombie nearby. So let's keep mining in this direction. There's some gold. We'll grab that in a minute. Here we are. More iron. Always useful. Typically I go branch mining for iron as well as diamond, because you always need iron, and we're going to need a lot of iron in a future project. Oh, hey, diamonds! For a beacon. We're going to make a beacon, and that's going to require a lot of iron. And I mean a lot of iron. 19 diamonds, that's nice. So that's going to be important, so I'm glad that we've got a branch mine going now. If you use the world download, which is available in the description by the way, you will probably find that I have got some other branch mines in and around this world. I know that I did branch mine in the cave system that we explored way back when we did cave navigation. I did actually branch mine that one. And that was fairly recently actually. I did it off camera to get some resources for a project, but I have probably done it a number of times before. So here's some gravel. Now gravel can be a pain, and the easiest way to get rid of it if you don't have a shovel like I do is to put a torch underneath it. Just break a block and it falls down onto the torch and it breaks it. And always put cobble above your head. It's always safe to do that. Now never stand directly underneath because there could be lava above, and that is an unpleasant thing. The one cardinal rule of the game really is don't dig straight up. So a torch is meant to go there anyway. So I haven't brought a shovel with me at the minute, but if you do run into gravel or sand or whatever it may be, if you are near the surface, which some people do branch mine near the surface for coal and stuff, then you're probably going to want to use the, you might run into sand, so you're going to want to use the torch trick for that too. Okay, so I'm going to keep digging in this direction until this pickaxe breaks, and I'm just going to finish this particular branch off, and now I'm going to show you the branches the other way, and I also want to talk to you a little bit about why I'm on level 11 particularly. So diamonds are most common at level 12, so that's this level right here. I'm on level 11 because the lava layer typically starts at around level 10. And if we are on level 11, that means handily we're one layer above it. So we're perfectly within diamond range, and we are also above the lava layer, so we don't have too much of a risk of running into it. Of course, if we run into a ravine or something, the chances of hitting lava are pretty common, but at least we are taking our precautions in order to avoid that. So I want to grab this iron. I'm not sure why I'm using my diamond pickaxe, but it's convenient and it's fast. So eventually I will switch over onto diamond tools, but I don't have enough diamonds at this point to start doing that. So let's bridge all of this in. There is a cave nearby, or another part of the mine shaft, because I can hear that zombie. So, there we go. Now, you may have noticed that my two branches are 2 blocks apart, and there's a reason for that. When digging branches, you want to keep them 2 blocks apart because you can see what's on this side, what's on this side, what's above and below you. And equally with this one. So rather than putting your branch here... Yeah, there's a cave nearby. You may well see the same resources, so it makes sense to make it 2 wide to be more efficient. So there we go, that's why I do that. So now we want to dig in this direction. There's some more redstone, and we've got some dirt. Now, I haven't got a shovel. Unfortunately, you can't use the torch trick on dirt, so I'm going to have to just manually dig through this. Not such a big problem, I guess, but dirt can be a bit of a pain at this level. So I'll grab this iron on the way out. Now you can see why I chose to dig at level 11. There's where the zombie burnt up in that lava fall. So we'll just get this gravel out of the way. Now as you can see, down at this level you want to hold shift so you don't fall in. And I'm also going to make this just a little bit wider, so they won't have trouble if we get shot at by a skeleton. So I want to keep going in this direction. You want to keep your branches straight, you don't want to start tunneling around. I'm really nervous about doing this without a fire resistance potion. If you have access to brewing, I would highly recommend bringing a fire resistance potion with you, so that you don't have to worry about falling in the lava. So also one thing to consider is you're going to get a lot of cobble from mining in branch mines, which is one of the reasons I'm doing it now, because I tend to need cobble a lot in projects, and that cobblestone generator is not the best thing in the world. I think that branch mining is a more efficient way of gaining cobblestone quickly. So hopefully I'll run into some more diamonds over here. I'm going to branch mine for a while off camera and see what I can find, and then I will rejoin you when I'm ready to head out, and then we'll head back to the cottage. So a rather short and simple episode today, rather than being in comparison to some of the larger things that we've been doing recently, such as the mine shaft and so on, but not everything can be a monumental project, unfortunately. So, I will be right back, guys, once I've got some more resources. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm all packed up to bring everything I want back in my first trip to the cottage. I will probably return to the mine shaft and the branch mines off camera multiple times to bring the remainder of this stuff back that I want, and also to continue work here. But for at least in terms of episodes, we are now done with this place. I will probably not be coming back here on camera unless I need to show off some other form of mining. But that's abandoned mine shafts and branch mining, guys. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back to the cottage. And I'm also going to do an enchantment, because as you can see, I am level 30. So we can actually do an enchantment. So I'm glad to be back out in the daylight. We've spent a lot of stuff, well, a lot of episodes now underground. Next time, we're going to be looking at something completely different, and we're going to be looking at Enderman and Ender Pearls. So we're going to be doing a bit of combat with the remaining mob in the overworld. If you remember all the way back to the combat episode, I actually didn't show off the combat of Enderman because we weren't prepared for it. But we are prepared for it now. So we're going to be fighting some Endermen and getting some Ender Pearls. I'm going to show you how they are used. And then we're going to spend a couple of episodes doing some projects relating to that. And then at that point, I think we'll move on to Redstone. So lots of exciting things to come. We've got obviously the mini Enderman quest, I guess you could call it. We're going to find a stronghold soon and talk about that. We're also going to make some ender chests, which are going to be useful for transporting stuff back and forth from long places, like the mine shaft we've just been to today. And after that we'll do some redstone, and I'll show you all how that works. So there's plenty to look forward to. This tutorial series is not going anywhere. We've kind of done a lot of the stuff now. It's just a case of moving on to some of the more advanced stuff now. So here we go. So yeah, I did some branch mining in this cave not too long ago. So if you download the world, which will be available in the description, you'll probably find, if you go in that cave, that my my branch mines are down there as well. So at last, now I actually can finish the lights and lamps up to the spa, because I have enough fence to now. So that's a good thing. Now, for the time being, I'm going to deposit some stuff just in a chest in here. I'll collect it up off camera as and when. So this is all my broken tools kit, so I can put that away in there. Yeah, that's going to do, I think, for now. Anything in there? Anything in there? Nope. Because I do want to make up some... I do want to make up another diamond pickaxe and enchant it. I don't have any sticks left, I don't think, so we'll have to just make some. So, let's head up to the enchantment table, which is in the wizard's tower. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to finish up the lights and lamps, and from what I believe will be episode 40 or 41, it will now feature a new thumbnail. So I want a new picture. As we've built a lot more in this world now than when the original one was taken. And that one wasn't even taken from this world. That was taken from another world that was an exact copy of this one, but I practiced builds and stuff off camera with it. So, diamond pickaxe. Let's just do that. I'm not too bothered about the sticks. Let's just put something away. That'll do. And let's see what we get. Fingers crossed for... just not one enchantment on its own, because that's not very good. I want either just efficiency 4 unbreaking 3. I wouldn't mind another fortune pickaxe if I could get one, but I would preferably like a silk touch pickaxe if I could. That would be probably the ultimate one to get, I think. So, fingers crossed, toes crossed, and anything else you can think of crossed. Level 30, and... that's not very good at all. Not even unbreaking on it. This is a lot better. I'll probably use that to repair stuff with. My little repair kit over here that I have, just a box of unused pickaxes and tools that need repairing. I'll dump that in there. If we end up with an unbreaking 3 pickaxe, I'll combine it, but fortune 2 isn't that great. So we'll put that away. So this is what we're going to be using to kill the Enderman with in next episode. I've been spending a bunch of time building that guy up for when we need it. I'm going to deposit the axe in here as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back to the cottage, guys, and I think we're going to call it an episode. Quite a basic, short one, unlike some of the longer, bigger topics we've been covering of late, but that's the way it rolls sometimes. That's the way the dice rolls. So, yeah, I will have to harvest some animals as well. I am running pretty low on food. So as I say, in the next episode we are going to be looking at Enderman and Enderman combat and Ender pearls and all that stuff. And from there we will be looking at Eyes of Ender, strongholds and Ender chests. Just to give you a brief idea of what's going to be coming down the pike. Back to the cottage. Let's see if Alfred's home. It's been a long time. He's just come out the back door, I think. Alfred, good to see you, man. Have you been looking after the fort for me? I hope you washed them dishes. Let's see. Everything seems to be in order. Some iron in the furnace. So let's hope he's not made a mess down below. Doesn't look like... Where did the beds go? Alfred? Did you sell my bed? Oh, never mind. I'll find one at some point. I know I took one with me to the mine shaft. I don't know where the other one is. Never mind. So, let me see. Man, I reorganised all of this. Look at the amount of coal I have now. I have so much coal, it's quite unreal. Let's put the diamonds away. So we have over a stack of diamonds now. That's good news. I did a bunch of caving and got some emeralds actually as well. Put the redstone away. That seems fine. This is kind of miscellaneous stuff. That's nether stuff. This is redstone stuff. I'm just going to put the rails in here for the time being. They're kind of redstone-y. Not really, but that'll be fine for now. I'm going to put these in here. And wood. Where would I put wood? Building blocks, maybe? I'm thinking. So at least now, for any future projects, if I need wood for stuff, then I'm not going to be short on that, that's for sure. So we've got that. We've got some fences here as well. And that's pretty much our entire inventory emptied, which is good news. Put some cobble away. Keep that regen potion handy. Alrighty, so I'm going to call it quits now, guys. As I say, keep an eye out for the new thumbnail. I hope to see you next time when, as I say, we'll be looking at Enderman. It's getting dark and I haven't got a bed. Speaking of an Enderman, there's one right there. I wonder where my nearest bed's at. I'll have a think about that off camera. So in the next episode, as I say, we'll be fighting Enderman and we'll go from there. So I thank you for watching, guys. I hope to see you next time. Are you coming in, Alfred? I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and yeah, I'm gonna go now. It's becoming a bit dragging on. So see you later, guys, and have a good day.